Eric's pretty hardcore. We came back to be guards, he was all crazy, taking point, running around. I think he would do pretty much anything to win.
Eric, Eric, just, you're out of the game. Like, stop. Like, you're not in it anymore, leave us alone. Over it, also just a tool in the capture the flag game, just like such a tool.
Eric was he was probably the biggest surprise that he got out so early, because I feel like he was like built to really succeed at this game, and he seems like really like clever and intelligent. So I was surprised when he got out really fast, because he seemed like the type of player that would be really, really good at this game. So I'm hoping he comes back next year, but I think he definitely has a lot unfinished in this sort of game.
Hey Eric. So Eric was interesting because he attacked me during Avatar, and there were so many people to go after, but he decided to cut my string, and but I think he would have been a really strong player had he stuck around longer, which is good that he was out for myself, and but he would have been a very strong player, but I mean, he was kind of like a frenemy early on because he cut my strings, and I won't forget it.
So I totally thought it was Eric because he was acting shady in all sorts of ways, so I was really glad that he got up early just so that I could realize that it wasn't him. During the during the first challenge, he seemed to know the answer too quickly, he was almost too good, he had seen them before or something. Maybe he was the mole, and the way the hosts kind of acted toward him seemed a little interesting, so...
Oh my goodness, I was also really suspicious of Eric early on, I remember that. But yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's very sneaky. Sneaky.
Eric, I suspected you was the mole for quite a while, and you actually took up most of my answers for the first 2 quizzes, and I'm surprised I didn't get out. Because I was pretty sure it was you, and I was pretty sure that I was lucky. I was conferring with Jordan, and Jordan's like, yeah, I believe that too. And then you got out, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, now I'm screwed.
I mean, whatever. Next.
Eric. Eric was also a really interesting player. I didn't know what to expect from him, but he ended up being really nice and exciting to be in a team with.
Eric, let's see. He was a very focused player, it seemed like. He seemed like he was always ready to come up with a plan and go with it, which I thought was pretty impressive.
I was not sad to see Eric Michael go. That's all I have to say. And if I had another water balloon, I would throw it at Eric Michael.
And why is that?
Because... I don't know. This is going to come out as so mean, but I just there's something about him in the context of this game that really rubbed me the wrong way, and I was definitely glad that he was out when he was out, and I was definitely mad to see him brought back a few times. Nothing personal at all. It's just in the context of this game, I think he's a very competitive person, and it just didn't sit well with me in the context of the mole alone. So yeah, I was happy to see him go, and when he got me out during the Balloon Blitzkrieg, I was so upset. Not because I was out, but because Eric Michael was the one to get me out. So Colin and I still joke about how we're going to get Eric with a water balloon before we graduate, so watch out.